Hello, wonderful people. Melissa G. Wilson here, coming to you from Networlding and Networlding Publishing, books and more that make the world better. If you haven't done so yet, please like and subscribe to this video. It's about stories. Like the saying goes, stories make the world go around, or it should say, stories make your book and the world go around. So, let me tell you a story and get you into the whole mood and process. Stories can come from anywhere, and some of the best stories come from people we meet haphazardly, such as someone I met yesterday, taking a taxi, coming home, in the Loop in Chicago, and while we were driving, we were talking about how tough it is now for taxis to make money. And this gentleman, his name is Gilbert, shared with me a story though, when I went ahead and paid him in advance $10 more than I knew the trip would cost. And he said, boy, that really helps me. You don't have any idea how much. But it's all about what goes around comes around, and around, as I started here at the beginning. Then he tells me this amazing story that I had told myself at that time, hey Melissa, you better remember this story because it's a good one. So I'm here telling you about it because I hope it will solidify the real need to build on your stories, to pull stories, to use stories as a tool to grow your business, to grow your career, and especially for writing books. So Gilbert proceeds to tell me how he had decided one day he was going to go along Whacker and see if he could pick up a ride. And that's how cab drivers work. They try to find areas where they can pick up people. So he sees a woman of color, standing near an intersection on Whacker Drive. And he notices that not one taxi, but two taxis strategically avert her. And that, he says, is because most people know that they aren't going to get good fares if they drive somebody further to the south side, which was the direction she was going in. But he decided to stop and listen to her story. And it ended up that the story was quite compelling. This woman, an older woman, had gone and bought her husband a jacket, and she had all of only then $7 to get home. And he knew that that cab ride would be much more than $7, probably double that. But he said to her, how about if I do this? I'll drive you for $4 up to a place where you can pick up a bus and then get the rest of the way home. So you only have to pay me about $4 and you'll have enough to get home. So they proceeded to travel and try a couple of bus stops, but the buses were running late, and this woman, sadly, was dependent upon her medication, which she hadn't brought with her, and she needed to get home more quickly. So Gilbert thought more about this and decided, he said, look, I'm just going to drive you home. I don't care what it costs. I'll take you as far as we can go near your home or to your home, and we'll leave it at that. Well, he drove her all the way to a nearby bus stop near her home and dropped her off. And he decided, well, I think I'm going to take a little mini break here, and he went and got something to drink at a corner location, and when he went into the place, the coffee shop, where he was going to get something, there was a Muslim woman there who said, excuse me, but I see your taxi outside. I saw you pull up. Could you take my children and me and drive to Evanston? Gilbert knew that driving to Evanston would be at least $65, quite expensive from where he was now. But he told her that, and she said, no worries, I need to get going, and please take me there. So he proceeded, and he took her to Evanston, dropped her off at a location, And then came another serendipity. There was a young woman there who, lo and behold, wanted to travel to the airport, which was another significant fee. So Gilbert took this young woman to the airport. When he dropped her off, there were no other cabs around, but there was one person there that jumped in his cab after the young woman left and said, "Can you please take me to Munster, Indiana?" And he looked at him and he said, "Oh my gosh, well that's well over $100. And the individual said, "No worries, take me there now, thank you so much." So with that one kind act, Gilbert shared that he was able to make $350 extra than he usually made that day. Now that's quite a compelling story, and I felt happy that my extra that I gave Gilbert was received well and that he had appreciated it to the level that I really appreciated giving. That's a very rich story. So if I'm writing a nonfiction book, I can share the story. I can talk about ideas in leadership around empathy, appreciation, kindness, going the distance, going more than the distance. And with that story, it anchors in a revelation among readers that, wow, there's a really good thing that I can do, and I don't have to manage it, plan it, and really have a lot of effort into it. I can just go about my day with the attitude of gratitude and the fact that, as I like to say, sharing is caring. So, going back to the story idea, keep thinking stories. Again, stories not only make the world go around, they make books go around, and your book matters. Get it out into the world. Thank you. Have a great day.